Donald Trump's Department of Justice just dropped a mind-boggling announcement with regards to the Jeffrey Epstein client files. A Texas newscaster is trending because of her epic takedown of Trump's Secretary of Homeland Security's dreadful performance over the tragedy there. And in our featured story, a piece of public art that humiliates Trump is going viral today, and you have to see it to believe it. I have it all in this next episode of
Trending.
Let's begin with the Epstein client list. Pam Bondi, Trump's Attorney General, today said that the Epstein client list doesn't exist. Do these words reconcile with Trump and his cronies have been saying all along? Judge for yourself.
Same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing?
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking.
Thousands of pages of documents, a truckload of evidence arrived. It's now in the possession of the FBI.
I don't think I'm not involved. I never went to his island, fortunately. But a lot of people did.
So can you think of a reason why Team Trump is now saying, nothing to see here, keep moving along? I don't think we've heard the end of this, but let's keep moving along for this report as we build towards that humiliating piece of public art. Our next trending story features a newscaster in Texas who is completely done with the press conference script that has become standard after each natural disaster. Let me give you a taste of Noem delivering the empty words, and then watch as Stephania Jimenez puts her on blast.
And I want to thank Governor Abbott for his leadership. We did have Coast Guard assets here that were helping to rescue people. We're thankful for the airframe that showed up and those coasties that were here walking alongside our DPS and the emergency responders that were here. So had our BORTAC team from Customs and Border Protection, Texas assets that were deployed already, and CBP advisory interdiction specialist here that was helping.
You and I both were taking notes during that press conference. It started at 3:13 and it just wrapped up right now. So it's about a 35-minute news conference. What I was struck by is that we really didn't get any concrete information until 27 minutes into that news conference, where you had the governor speak, you had Homeland Security Secretary Noem speak for a while. But, you know, what people are wanting is information. And also hope. But I don't know what it is about people who run for federal office that whenever disasters like this happen, they take it upon themselves to first list all the names of people that they want to thank. Not what we want to hear right now. What we want is actual information. That is what the people of Kerrville and all over the Hill Country are waiting for right now. That was a lot longer than it needed to be. If they don't have the latest information that they can give us, they should have said so. My point is that they spent way too long thanking each other.
So that was long overdue and very satisfying, and I hope politicians get the message. And speaking of messages, an artist in Phoenix just sent Donald Trump a humiliating one that has the internet buzzing. I found it via Scott Dworkin, who said, a new billboard went up in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, featuring a shirtless Trump chest deep in a swamp, wearing a crown and holding a Trump brand phone. In the background there is a nuclear blast, an alligator with a MAGA hat, a Tesla Cybertruck sinking, a plane with Big Beautiful Bribe on the side of it, and more. And that led me to an article in the Phoenix New-Times with the headline, New Anti-Trump Billboard Goes Up on Grand Avenue. The billboard portrays Trump as a swamp king rolling over his administration's many missteps.
With mass deportations, rising inflation, and the passage of the Big Beautiful Bill, it's hard to find much about the current political atmosphere humorous. But Karen Fiorito hopes her latest project, Swamp King, will bring a smile to your face. A reference to President Donald Trump's 2015 campaign promise that he'd drain the swamp, only to become the swamp itself. The California artist's piece is a smattering of various disasters that the Trump administration has directed over the last few months. After more than a decade of giving unelected billionaires massive amounts of power, enjoying fancy gifts from foreign nations, and getting thousands of minions to wear his signature red hats, he's the Swamp King in Fiorito's latest piece. You need to make fun of these people, Fiorito tells Phoenix New-Times, not only for our own morale, camaraderie, and feeling connected to others that we're not alone. But humor is one of the most powerful weapons when it comes to dictators. They hate being made fun of. It's the thing they hate the most. Since Trump's second term in office began in January, it's been months of erratic and contradictory policies, which Fiorito aimed to capture in her piece. The billboard reflects our current state of chaos with an everything but the kitchen sink composition that depicts a naked Trump wearing a golden crown, surrounded by representations of his failures and missteps. He rules over the swamp that he said he'd clean up, but only made stinkier. We really wanted to get the idea across of the swamp being filled with all of this corruption and illegal stuff going on, Fiorito says. He's the most corrupt president we've ever seen. With an upside-down American flag flying over the scene, all the garbage Americans have had to wade through over the last 6 months float in the water around Trump. Fiorito characterizes him as a gross, really terrible person who thinks he's a king. This shines through the hunched-over character sporting an obnoxious gold Trump watch and a gaudy gold cryptocurrency, or shitcoin, necklace, while he holds a Trump-branded gold phone. A vandalized Tesla slowly sinks to his right as a bomb. A reference to Trump's attempt to start World War III with Iran explodes in the distance. Trump's tariffs, Art of the Steal memoir, Qatari bribe jet, and highly unpopular Big Beautiful Reconciliation Bill, which passed the U.S. House on Thursday, float around him. The closer you look, the more small details and references Fiorito was able to slip in there, such as a MAGA hat wearing alligator Alcatraz, a paper boat made out of money, and a young bird flu victim.
Well played, Karen, well played. As for Pam Bondi and the Epstein files, terribly played, Pam, terribly played. She teased us with transparency and the big announcements to come, and now says there's nothing to see in a truckload of thousands and thousands of documents. Does that sound accurate, or does that smell like a cover-up like the world has never seen before? Believe me. I'm thinking that Karen the artist is already mapping out her next billboard that shows that truck backed up to the FBI with documents, flight logs, client lists, photos, and videos spilling out the back, while Bondi and Kash Patel and the other sycophants under Donald Trump's thumb desperately try to stop the flow while simultaneously lighting it on fire and pushing it off a cliff. And if she does, I hope it goes even more viral to remind the country that the Swamp King is probably in deeper than we will ever know. I'm Dan, thanks for watching, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.